Hello and welcome to the Fire Chief's video message for July 2021. It is definitely hot out there. We are definitely in the hazy, hot and humid summertime in the Mid-Atlantic. Pete, welcome.
Yep, thanks Chief. Yeah, it's summer in Washington, D.C.
Yep, we were talking just before the video started about sizzling eggs on the rocks on the Billy Goat Trail, your interview the other day.
Yeah, it's been one of those, although I think our community outreach efforts have been paying dividends, but we still have been pretty active down there, and most recently we've had a couple calls. So yeah, it's and they're heat related.
Yeah. So I mean, we've had some serious tragedies down there that are heat related. Is that time of the year people are getting out there unprepared for. Their exertion required, the heat and the amount of water needed. So please to the public, heed those warnings, plan, go early, take the right water, and be in place. So there's a lot going on in the department, so we wanted to touch base on a few things.
Yeah, and before, while we're on the subject of the Potomac River, we had an incident in the first week of January or July where we had a near drowning where a father and son were in a canoe and they went over, and a local kayaker, a paddler, actually saved a couple lives. So we're going to hear some more about that, but you mentioned how dangerous it can be, and that was a good example of how that.
Absolutely. So about a week ago, Assistant Chief Jones sent out an email about our collisions and some of the drastic uptick in collisions. You're out and about all the time. What do you see as you motor around?
Well, I think it's just a reflection of society and what else is going on in our county. Things are, people are getting back to getting on the road, and more pedestrians and a lot more activity. So I think that is it combines with our uptick in responses, and just more opportunities for things to go wrong, and changes of traffic patterns and so forth.
And the vast majority of our collisions are preventable, and that's one of the key points I want to hone in and drive to today. Is these are preventable activities. We're hitting fixed things, either signs or vehicles that are parked. Clearly, we can't help our resident, the 911 caller, if we don't get there. Guys and gals, your motivation, your passion is exceptional. You got to get to the call to be able to assist the person in time of need. We travel a lot across the county, 330 some calls a day, a lot of wheels rolling, and a lot of miles traveled. But take that extra second. Use that extra set of eyes as a spotter. Get someone to dismount when you're making that turn. Work as a team. Call for assistance and judgments. So it is an impact to our service. It's an impact to our community and the residents that we're providing. So take that extra second, judge your clearance, and be able to get to that call, be able to return from that call, and help each other keep safe as we help the community.
And I'm certainly not placing blame, and I haven't done any analytics as far as what's going on in that respect. But it could be, like I was saying, to stay in general, refocus, or maybe lack of focus, or focus on other things. And I think you make a good point. Like in our response efforts, anyway, we need to get there, and focus on that, getting there safely, and having this crew resource management. Can go a long way in helping us do that. So, we do it hundreds of times every day, but again, I think just maybe a little bit of a refocus.
Yeah. So, as we strive to do in each video, talking about great work within the department, Montgomery County was recently awarded and received recognition through MACO, the Maryland Association of Counties Awards. A couple great programs in both EMIHS and volunteer services in the CERT. So can you talk about MACO for a second?
Yeah, well, MACO and NACO, National Association of Counties, and Maryland Association of Counties certainly take the opportunity every year to recognize special programs. And again, this year is no exception to that.
Yeah, so EMS patient surveys. the viral or the pandemic leave at home program, as well as the volunteer CERT. So patient survey program, exceptional. Decades ago, we started with a mail out form to a certain percentage of folks based upon the patient care reports and addresses we got, and in a mailed style survey, your return rate is very low. With technology always changing and complete, with the data that we're now capturing, back during 2020, the great folks in EMIHS instituted a program using an off-the-shelf product, using the data that we have on patients' contact information, and starting sending out an SMS text as well as a separate path using EMS billing. And we get a 20-some% response rate, which is amazing. So great award, recognizing the work to engage with customer service, because everything we do throughout the organization, we have to strive to continue to improve. And learning from our customers is one of the best ways of improving.
Well, and I know the reality of it is, you look at that data, you see that data, it's real. And as you said, it's nice to be recognized for that program, but it does have great value. And we're able to reach out to folks shortly after they've interacted with us, and it's fresh on their mind, good, bad, or indifferent. And like you said, we've got a pretty good return on that. So it's great to be recognized for that initiative.
Another one of the EMIHS activities that was awarded was the viral leave at home. So a lot of things shifted with the pandemic, one of which was the protocol change back in March that allowed for the leave at home activities. But this program was dovetailed into that follow-on and that communication, another continuing that thread. So the leave at home program was meeting the right criteria, patients' willingness to be remaining at home, self-treating their symptoms, and that circle loop and circling back with that patient within 24 to 36 hours to check up on them. So another great program developed to meet the need during the pandemic by emergency medical and integrated healthcare staff, and recognized through the MACO and NACO awards.
Yeah, and that was a great initiative too, where it not only created some efficiencies and cost savings for the patient, but also for us, as far as reducing transport times and so forth. But a great community wellness initiative, and it's nice to be recognized for that as well.
Yeah. And the CERT, Community Emergency Response Team, is a volunteer component of volunteer services that has been with Montgomery County Fire Rescue for many years now, has been recognized many a times by both FEMA as well as other organizations for some of their achievements and creativity. They have created, in a couple storms past, a virtual CERT activity. CERT is Community Emergency Response Team, training non-responders, but training the community members to take care of critical things within their community. And they implemented a virtual CERT where they did monitoring social media, using situational aware reports that are captured by people throughout their community, compiling that data, providing it most frequently to emergency management to provide that situational awareness or that screenshot of what's going on, and enabling people to not be boots on the street, but in their community, providing that virtual update. So great work by CERT.
Yeah, and you mentioned their creativity and vision that they have there in their leadership, and they've been engaged in a number of programs that have been recognized nationally. But they've even reached out to me a couple of times, and when they're in the process of going through the social media and things come up, and they provide me with some reality check of maybe some things that I should be doing as far as public outreach. So good effort there.
Great work by Greg St. James, Scott Peterson, and Kathleen Keegan as a key leaders within the CERT program. So great kudos to everybody. Thank you for those that took the opportunity to submit these programs, and it's great that our work is being recognized through these awards. So since we last talked, there's a continuous movement on fleet activities, and as we see here in these pictures, the apparatus folks were out in Wisconsin and did midpoint on first TDA. That's supposed to be final inspection in about a month, so early August. Again, 2 more in September, 2 more in October, and while they were out there, they were doing the engineering on the first tower. Great news came out, I think it was on July the 3rd. Procurement issued the purchase order for towers 3, 4, and 5. So we've been talking about 5 TDAs and 5 towers. Now it's formalized. We got those 5. So a lot of movement on the fleet front.
And that's not tower, it's not a tower going to Station 3, Station 4, and Station 5. It's number 3, 4, and 5.
Correct.
Just wanted to make that clarification.
So in about a month, the crews will be back up in New Jersey doing the final inspection on Rescue Squad 717 as it finishes up its work at Rescue 1 at the factory. The first 2, Squad 29, Squad 3, should be in the stations in September. Tool mounting's almost complete. Got some work to do for driver's training and orientation. Work going on with their new rescue engine 709, new rescue engine 709, new rescue engine 709 and new engine tanker 717 have been in county for a little bit now, are in the final stages of getting placed in service, and those new rigs are there. Fleet folks, as well as folks from Tacoma Park, will be doing a final inspection on new engine 702 also shortly. So continuous movement on fleet activities.
And we kind of addressed it last month, but we've had some new EMS units are on the road and in service, thanks to the new budget. But most notable is ambulance 707. That's a new unit that was purchased and staffed by BCC Rescue Squad.
Yep, so that started out on July the 4th. Ambulance 25 Charlie, ALS 708 started out. So all those FY22 things, and FY22 also brings more work at the training academy. Recruit class 48 graduates on July the 16th. That's 37 folks coming out into the field. Recruit class 49 is going to start September 13th with roughly 25 folks. Recruit class 50 starting on January the 3rd with roughly 50 folks. So training academy is getting back to full speed and full steam and working on a lot of recruits.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that class 50 with 50.
50 with 50. So I hope there's more than 50, but we'll keep your numbers together. But a lot going on as we continue through the summertime activity. As we're getting into that days, everybody's got to be hydrated, come to work hydrated, come to work prepared for their duty night, their standby, their 24-hour work shift, their day work assignment, hydrated, drinking the right liquids, water, and the right activities before you come to work, because you can't make up or recoup the dehydrations.
Yeah, and our call load, our call volume, it seems to be picking up a bit. It fluctuates a little bit, but for the most part, it looks like we're back at pre-pandemic numbers and responses. So we've been busy, and we've had some pretty hot weather, and it seems that it's going to continue throughout the summer.
Absolutely. So as we continue through July, move into August, as the activities of the pandemic are continuously changing, please keep at it, keep hydrated, keep safe, and be ready. Till next month, thank you much.